Hello everyone and welcome back. This is Doc at Padama. This time, pag-usapan natin paano isulat yung literature review ninyo at bakit nyo ito isinusulat. So bago natin ito pag-usapan, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and click that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded just like this one. And if you have already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please thumbs up or click like for this particular video. Now, doon sa discussion natin, simulan natin. Ano ba itong literature review at bakit ito isinusulat? So, ang literature review ay mga pinagsama-samang mga references na gagamitin ninyo para suportahan ang inyong argumento. Argumento, ibig sabihin, gusto nyong patunayan ang isang bagay. Ito yung tinatawag nating argument. Gusto nyong patunayan na meron ngang problema. Isa itong argumento. Okay, paano nyo ito mapapatunayan? By citing, ibig sabihin ng citing, gagamit kayo ng isang reference, specifically on this particular discussion, yung reference ninyo, yung citation ninyo, will be in the form of a literature. Ano yung mga definition or classification ng literature kapag ito ay kinumpara doon sa sinasabi nating studies? Simulan natin doon sa kabila. Ang studies na tinatawag natin ay yung researches. Okay, either thesis or dissertation sa college, sa master's, sa doctoral level, all of this are classified as researches and they are studies. Okay? Pwedeng na-defend, na-publish, lahat yan pwede nyong gamitin as references. Pero mas maganda kung ang gagamitin nyo ay yung na-publish na mga studies or researches. On the other side, on the other hand, ang literature naman ay references that comes from specifically published literatures or materials kagaya ng reference books, textbooks, journals, manuals. Okay? So ito yung mga halimbawa ng tinatawag nating literature. This includes newspapers, magazines, yung mga articles na makikita ninyo. And also, even before the pandemic, panelist institutions are already considering yung mga references that comes from online websites. So this is what we call online references. So online references can be studies that were posted online, mga researches na pinost online o mga articles na pinost online, but they are in a particular website. Okay, so that is why this is a classification of online references. Now, what is the objective of your literature review? On this particular screen that you are looking right now, we have 5 objectives. Number 1, to motivate your work by explaining its social value. So, what is the relevance of your research? Through literature review, you can support that there is a need. Diba sabi natin kanina, you need to present an argument that there is a need to conduct your study, that there is a problem ongoing. Another argument is that yung research na ginagawa ninyo ay may relevance, may social value, may importance. So itong literature review ninyo will prove, will motivate that there is social value in your study. Okay, so that's one of the objectives of your literature review. The second is to provide background context for your readers. This informs the readers of your research, of your study, kung tungkol saan yung inyong study. Okay? Saan nagsimula, what is the definition of your issue or the problem that you are investigating, how did this start, where did this start, what are the effects, and so on and so forth. So, that is objective number 2. It provides background context for your readers. Okay, so that they will understand bakit ba ito yung pinili mo. Next, number 3, compare your findings with other research. It is important, it is pertinent, and it is significant that you make sure that your study has a basis in terms of ginawa na ba ito ng ibang study, ano yung finding ng ibang study, but this study or the other study that you are looking at should not be exactly the same with the study that you are conducting in terms of the variables. Ibig sabihin, hindi pwedeng pareho kayo ng issue. Yes, that can be accepted. You have the same issue that you are investigating. Ang hindi pwedeng tanggapin ay pareho ng issue, pareho ng respondents, pareho ng lokal. Okay? You cannot do that. That's already not only plagiarism but completely copying and duplicating a research that has already been conducted, which is a big no sa research writing ethical standards. Okay, so it is important that you prove that there are studies that identified that there is really a problem on this particular area. That is why you are also conducting this in your local or in your school. So that is objective number 3. Objective number 4, justify your experimental method, the method that you are using for your research. So after identifying the research through review of literatures, you can present the method that you chose and then define the method according to example, according to Creswell. This is what he said about this particular research method, and because of this is relevant and this is related to the research that you are conducting. Therefore, you use this particular method. So you can do this by citing literatures to justify the method that you used. Okay? The last objective is to communicate your project scientific novelty. Novelty is something new. Okay? Is there something new in the research that you are conducting? By framing a research gap. What is a research gap? A research gap is a vacuum. A vacuum, which means there is something missing. In terms of knowledge, this particular area, this particular vacuum, this particular gap has not yet been explored. A research gap is an area that has not yet been explored. Therefore, it is considered novel if you can prove through literature review that your study has not yet been explored and investigated. And you can do this by reviewing literatures. Okay, there are literatures that are supporting your claim that there is no study or researches that has been conducted related to the study that you are doing right now. So this can be a basis of your research gap. Okay? You frame your research gap in order to prove, para mapatunayan, na novel or bago itong research na ginagawa ninyo through literature review. Okay, next, how do you actually write the literature review? This is a direct to the point process. Okay? So we're going to go through these following steps. Number 1, narrow means to choose. You choose the literature that is relevant to the study that you are conducting. Narrow your topic and select papers accordingly. Select literatures accordingly. Okay? So through what we do step by step in choosing the proper literature is to first look at the title of the literature. So from the title, you can already decide if this is relevant, if this has something to do with the study that you are conducting. If not, then go to the next one. Okay? So from the title, you can already differentiate and choose and decide if there is something relevant to this particular article or reference that you are going to use, and if not, you move on to the next. So this is what we mean by narrowing your topic. Okay, the next one, search for literatures that are relevant to your topic. So after identifying the issue that you want to investigate in your study, search for literatures relevant to your approved title or study. The next one, read. You really need to read. You do not need to read everything in the article, in the references that you identified as relevant to your study. You really don't need to comprehensively read everything. Ang kailangan nyo lang gawin is to browse. And you usually browse, when you say read, you browse usually at the abstract, if it's a study, or the summary or the outline. Okay, so read the selected articles, since this is literature, thoroughly and evaluate them. So if these are articles coming from newspapers, magazines, or even journals, you try to browse at these articles, try to look at the background, the summary, the findings, if there are findings stated, and try to identify if they are relevant or not to the study that you are conducting. Okay, that's number 3. Number 4, organize the selected papers by looking for patterns and by developing subtopics. This is already the actual writing of the literature review. The actual writing of the literature review should develop patterns in the discussion. Patterns in the discussion by developing subtopics or by using headings and labels. Usually, what we refer for the method that you can use for developing and organizing your discussion is deductive method. The deductive method of developing your paragraph is the inverted pyramid. Okay, so inverted pyramid referring to general going down to the specific discussion. Okay, but this is the deductive method is advisable. I advise you to use the deductive method if the research method that you're using is quantitative. If it is qualitative, then you use the other one, which is inductive method. So again, for qualitative research on this particular part, organizing your discussion, you use deductive method. For qualitative, ang gamitin nyo naman is inductive method. This is very important and crucial in writing your review of literature. It should have a pattern of discussion. So what do you really want to point out in your discussion, in your literature review? Okay, then the next one, develop a thesis purpose statement. At the end of your literature review, you're supposed to write what we call the grand synthesis of your review literature. Grand synthesis is the relevance of all of your references to the study that you are conducting. And with this, you can already include the purpose statement of your research. This is supposed to be located at the latter part of the literature review. Okay? Then number 6, you write the actual paper after planning. So the planning stage is from 1 to 5. After deciding that everything is in place, you write the actual paper and then you review your work by proofreading. Okay? Proofread your work and make sure that everything is in place. The most common error in writing the literature review is not the actual literature review, or not the content of the actual review, but the reflection of the citations. Yung mga ginamit na citations, hindi naka-reflect doon sa bibliography. Citations used in the literature review, the most common that I observe in terms of error in writing the literature review is that the citations are not reflected in the bibliography. Okay? So I hope you try to avoid this particular error, especially if you are already defending your study. So with this, again, thank you very much everyone for listening. And okay, I'm going to make sure that you can see the outline of our discussion. And again, before we go, I would like to invite you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel at Doc and Padama. Click that subscribe button and that notification bell to alert you when a new video has been uploaded. And again, if you have already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click the like button for this particular video. And on the side of your video, you're going to see recommended videos that you can use for writing your paper up to tips, advices, in preparation for your research defense. And then on the other side will be my icon. If you click that, you will be diverted to my subscribe button for my YouTube channel. Thank you very much, everyone. Stay safe. God bless. See you on our next video. Bye.